We're here.
I wish I could give you this feeling. I wish I could give you this feeling. On the corner.
What up, everybody? Welcome to a special episode of the Corner Podcast. Figured on Sunday, instead of me rushing back from Cali, I have my Dads of Disney trip coming up on Saturday. So instead of rushing back from that, and Dre is going on one of his newfangled, I don't know, baby moons or something. Whatever these young kids do nowadays. Old man buying into young trends.
Yes.
Instead of doing that, we're like, yo, it's a good time to sneak in a pro wrestling episode. So we have WWE Elimination Chamber coming up this weekend, Saturday, super early on the West Coast. I think it's like 10 a.m. 9 a.m. from Saudi, trying to get that Saudi bag.
Trying. They got the Saudi bag.
Locking it up.
Hey, for those of you who are watching this and you're like, damn, they wore the same clothes 2 days in a row? No, it's the same day. I just don't want y'all to get confused.
Don't judge me, bro.
Somebody gonna DM me and was like, I can't believe you wore the same shirt twice. I'm like, hey, fool, we just recorded these at the same time. Like, we just had to knock these things out. So, you know, we got a pro wrestling show.
Listen, Blue Wire treats us very well. We don't get wardrobe changes at Blue Wire.
Nah, man.
So, I mean, you know, we could have came prepared and tried to fake the funk.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that.
Like a television show.
You get the same CM Punk shirt with this White Sox hat. That's what you're going to do.
Listen, it's all right. We don't got to be fancy. I got my Seth Rollins t-shirt on for recording today. So, you know, CrossFit Jesus, trying to be in the mood for this. So, always love the Seth Rollins. I can now no longer tell if it's a Seth Rollins laugh or an old man Andreas laugh.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was that good, but all right.
So no, we have Elimination Chamber coming up from Saudi. We're going to talk AEW.
Let's start with it. Let's start with the big news from AEW.
AEW has lost an executive vice president.
Yes.
One of their founding members.
Yes.
Cody Rhodes.
So this is crazy.
Has said, his contract just finished, ran out.
End of December.
Yeah, very weird. All right. So let his contract run out. Everyone's like, whatever. He won the TNT title after that.
Yep.
When it was already on Sammy Guevara. Won it. Gave it back to Sammy in a banger of a ladder match.
Yeah.
Cool. Probably my favorite Cody match since him versus Dustin.
Yes.
At that pay-per-view. And people know how I feel about Cody in the ring. It is what it is. He's not my cup of tea in the ring. But you give him a stipulation. Give him like no holds barred. Give him some ladders and some trickery. The guy can pull off a pretty good match. He's a good storyteller. A good character, good guy on the mic. Always said that. C+ wrestler. Nonetheless, let me not trash Cody. It's not what we're here for. He decides not to re-sign. Now reports are that he's in negotiations, deep negotiations, to return to WWE. I am so happy to be vindicated on this show. From the get-go, my takes on Cody Rhodes, people were telling me I was wrong. People were telling me I was unjust to Cody Rhodes. People told me I was too hard on Cody Rhodes. And de facto Brandy Rhodes. But then the promos, the Brandy code switching, the I'm doing this for my mixed race child promo, the Cody going heel but not going heel, refusing to go heel. The past year, I've seen everyone come over to my side. And shout out to Drip from Black Wrestling Podcast, who also has a grudge and an axe to grind with Cody Rhodes. Don't like Cody either. We're two peas in a pod. Drip's my boy. We led the wave on this, and it feels so good for everyone else to jump on board. And there's nothing more heel right now in professional wrestling than signing with Vince McMahon.
So I have two feelings about this. One, I think Cody, how we view Cody in AEW is going to be interesting. Because on one hand, I think what people forgot is he put a lot of talent over.
Yeah.
You know, Brody Lee.
Mid-card guy. I mean, he was fine being on the mid card.
Yeah, outside of the Ogogo match, which what people didn't, was Ogogo needed eye surgery. It was the reason why he couldn't win that match. He had to take time off. That's why we haven't seen him back. Cody puts over everybody. But on the other side of that coin is, why didn't you just turn heel? It was right there. It's been right there for so long, and you just didn't do it. And it feels like, so you'll see what the Dirt Sheets have said. I can corroborate some of the stories from the people that I've talked to. There's been a separation between Cody and the Elite to the point where they don't really even talk anymore. And I don't know how deep it is, but it feels like Tony Khan is taking control of booking.
Yeah.
And if you watch the shows, you start to recognize that Cody's booking him. Cody's book, like what he's doing is not in sync with what the rest of the show was doing, right? Even
100%.
him winning the TNT title back. Maybe that was a Tony decision. Who knows? But it just didn't feel in sync with what the rest of the show was doing. So if you look at it, the groundwork was kind of laid that at some point he wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And, right in the middle of this Brandy and Dan Lambert nonsense, like it's bad. Like the stuff that they've been doing is bad.
That was the worst angle they've had going. Like her versus Paige Van Zandt. It's unnecessary.
Nobody wants it.
Yeah.
But Cody, it's crazy to think the reason why AEW exists is because Cody didn't like how he was being used in WWE. He left WWE, had an indie run, ended up in Bullet Club. Him, Omega, and the Bucks said, you know what? We should start a company. All of this because of how he wasn't treated in WWE, how he felt like as the whole Stardust character, he became a star. He became a star outside of WWE. Like he has a Funko Pop with, the New Japan one. I have that in my house.
He got a show on TNT.
He has 2 shows, which is, I got to get to this in a second. He has 2 shows as a byproduct of helping create AEW. And now you're leaving. Yeah. And if the rumors are true and you're going back to WWE, what are you doing? Because the question becomes like, you built something, and it's not like you just built it, it came in and was like just wrestling. You started trolling the other company relentlessly.
For years.
Like you just couldn't stop.
Like you got to see at some point Paul Levesque. Like you're going to cross him in a hallway now at some point during this process.
Now, Vince McMahon doesn't hold grudges. He welcomes anybody back.
Correct. So
if Cody wants something, like, sure, I don't care.
You put butts in seats.
Yeah, like he doesn't care. He doesn't care. I know he's probably looking at Hunter as like, Hunter, I wish you were well, because there's a Stephanie McMahon Triple H versus Brandy and Cody match at WrestleMania waiting to happen.
Yeah, I don't need that. But
you don't need it, but you know that Vince McMahon would be like, that's
money.
And I'm going to bury Cody because I have to prove. But Cody, if you go back, it's like, what did you just do?
To be fair, how things are going in WWE, Cody's going over in that match.
Yes, that might be true also.
They have buried everything Hunter has created in the past 3 years. So that's the first time ever Hunter will be buried at Mania.
So I have if Cody wasn't happy, Dustin went on Twitter and said, I'm happy, I'm staying, I'm good. Well, he should be. Some people like QT, no, they're all staying. Yeah. Cody's the one who's unhappy with whatever it is. And I think what it came down to, Meltzer reported, it came down to a money thing. Yeah. He wanted more money. And Tony's like, did you see who we all just paid? Danielson, Punk, we just got Keith Lee. You're not even going to draw like those guys.
That is tough. Danielson and Punk aside.
Yeah,
right?
But I'm saying...
Aside. I'm not a Cody fan.
He draws.
But if we're talking drawing, him, outside of the Mount Rushmore goats that they've signed, but him, Ambrose, or excuse me, Moxley. Him, Moxley. That's it. Cole, maybe.
I mean, Cole is definitely more over than Cody.
Yeah, but I don't know if he draws as much as Cody draws.
He draws more than Cody. Here's why.
I'll give you those 3.
But here's why. Cody's refusal to turn heel is starting to hurt the television show.
That is true. He draw a lot more as a heel.
If he just took the heel role and ran with it,
he would be a huge.
Yeah, then you could go to the table like, look, man, I'm white hot as a heel.
He draws more than Omega.
I don't know.
Omega, independently of the Bucks and that whole crew, he draws more than Omega. Omega has always been New Japan, even more niche than American indie scene.
Yeah,
he draws more than Omega.
I think, what I'm going to say here is I feel like Cody has shot himself in the foot.
Could have done better.
Yeah, it feels like, because when Omega comes back, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Because when Omega comes back, he's got Punk and Danielson sitting right there.
Oh, he's gonna have Adam Cole as champion sitting right there.
I'm saying
Took over his crew.
it's
That's a whole different.
Kenny Omega's set.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega modulated. Cody's the only one who didn't turn heel, who had heel written all over him. Kenny turned heel with Don Callis, which was excellent.
Yeah.
The Bucks turned heel, which you needed, the douchebag Bucks, which has always been the best role for him. Cody didn't. Now it's like, it's not saying that your market values come down, but it's like, what are you if you're going back to WWE?
The question becomes, and I don't think anyone knows this, right? Like, even people like on the inside talking to people and all this stuff, it's about numbers. It's about the money, and Vince is going to make sure he's good.
Oh, yeah, they got the money to pay him.
Yeah, the money is there, right? The question becomes, and this is just how my mind works, dirt sheet reporting and everything, like, this seems to be pretty somewhat close to accurate. When you see what Shane did at the Rumble, the rift backstage allegedly, the role Shane was supposed to have going into Mania, the booking role that seemed to be what Shane was being set up for, they botched. And then now, like, no more Shane on WWE. My mind goes to, I wonder how much of that can now Cody go in and be like, I was booking a lot of stuff at AEW. That entire first run and the ideas that we've pushed and this theme and this idea, what were you going to give Shane? Because I've shown you I can leave and build a company. I know how to do this. Let me come in and have more decision-making, sports entertainment-wise, here. Because I can take what succeeded over there and blend it to what you have.
That's tough.
Which is what Shane couldn't do.
Yeah, but that's tough.
With the money aside, a lot of the power was taken away in something he built. Really, Tony Khan was a fanboy with a lot of money.
Yeah.
Cody was like, I want to have a show. The Young Bucks was like, yo, that sounds cool. Kenny Omega was like, oh, yeah, I might as well do this with you guys. But I think from the jump, Cody thought, this is the company my dad would have wanted me to build. That was his whole push. My dad would have wanted me to see build a company like this around wrestling and everything. And then he lost all control to the guy with the money. I wonder if they gave him some control in terms of, you know what? Maybe, and as good as it is, jokes aside, I wish Vince the utmost health. I don't want anyone to get sick, right? But they have measures in place now that in case Vince is older and sick, they have a guy, Nick Khan, who is changing how they run the money aspects of that company. If Vince, for any reason, got sick, they're fine financially because Nick Khan got all that. The company will keep rolling. He'd do that for 30 years. You don't have the Vince guy on the seat. And obviously, I said for years, Triple H would be that guy, right? He's obviously not that guy. They ousted everything he's ever done. Trips failed his audition. If Shane came in and the Rumble was his audition, Shane failed his audition. Cody could be that person. He showed that he's already done it. I'm wondering how much power and control Cody thinks he can have going back.
There's a key. Thinks.
Because until Vince is out of the way, you don't have nothing.
Yeah, but
Vince can change his mind tomorrow.
Let's be clear. We don't know what Cody booked at AEW. We know Kenny did handle Joshi, right?
Yep.
But we don't know. We know Cody booked himself.
Fair.
And we know that
he was in Gorilla the first 3 pay-per-views.
I mean, being in Gorilla doesn't mean you're booking it.
No, okay, that's fair. But I'm just talking about Vince-like operations. Even booking aside, the person who could run Gorilla, who can make stuff go on fight night or on pay-per-view night, Cody has a lot of experience there. And that's the experience Triple H had that they don't like.
Well, here's what I'm going to get to. For all intents and purposes, AEW and NXT were very similar.
Very.
It was wrestling over character.
Yep.
Right? Character was great, but we're going to have a wrestling show. Vince don't want a wrestling show.
You know what Vince knows? He knows numbers. Who won the war?
Yeah, but
so if you have to put someone in that seat,
but
Cody beat Trips, it's Cody's seat.
Yeah, but Vince don't want that on his show.
Not saying he wants that, but he wants the winner.
I don't know if he wants the winner.
And Trips is the loser. He took everything away from Trips.
I don't know if he wants the winner.
I'm just wondering. It could be. Somebody has to take that chair.
I don't.
Stephanie has the outreach stuff locked. She's good. She'll do the outreach. She'll do the peacock. Nick Khan got the money.
Stephanie will take that chair before Cody ever would touch it.
I don't know.
No. Daddy's little girl? You think there's any way somebody else? Because I told you it wouldn't be Hunter.
No.
Stephanie she worked writer's room, SmackDown, and Raw.
They've tried a lot to put Shane in that chair.
Shane, he stinks.
I'm saying, though, yes, it's so easy. Common sense say Stephanie trips, helps out wherever you got to help out, right? Common sense would say that's always your game plan. They've tried a lot to give that chair to Shane.
But Shane never wanted it.
But I'm not convinced that Stephanie is like the shoo-in.
I am. Right now, like Cody, they would never let Cody run that show.
I don't know.
I think, but here's the key. What do you tell Cody to get him through the door? That's the key.
But yeah, who knows what you tell
Because Cody, I hate to say this, I think Cody thinks he's better than what he is.
I've been saying this for years.
And
I'll say it.
I think Cody is really good at certain aspects,
Yes.
right? I think he's a perfectly serviceable wrestler. When he was heel Cody, I thought he was great.
Yeah.
But I also think that a lot of that comes with other people telling him that's probably not going to work. Maybe you should fix this. Now, he came to AEW where he had full autonomy. And Tony was like, this ain't working. Now you come to WWE.
Was it not working?
For him?
No, for him.
Yeah, the crowd was booing him.
Turn, man.
Yeah, like you have to know, like you got to read the tea leaves. Like, all right, this is not working. Or the angles with Brandy, or the America versus UK promo that he ran. I mean, that neck tattoo is probably still signed to AEW.
The neck tattoo is not great.
So it's like yes, he could come to WWE, and I fully expect Vince is like, yeah, come on back, because I don't even think Vince thinks about AEW in terms of. I'm not really concerned with what they're doing.
Yeah. No.
So it's like
financially, it's still very leaps and bounds.
Yeah. So it's like if he wants to come back, he worked for AEW, and Vince is like, so they all come back. Hogan came back. If Hogan can come back and Warrior could come back, anybody could come back.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, what do you tell him? It's like, hey, you want to help in the writer's room? And if Cody's dumb enough to go, sure, he gets what he's going to get. Because as we've always said, it's a one-man show.
Yeah.
And you're not going to surpass Kevin Dunn. You're not even going to surpass
Bruce?
No, you're not. You're not surpassing Pritchard. You're not Johnny Ace.
But Bruce was on the house not too long ago.
But that's what I'm saying. But
then they come back.
They come back. But Bruce has been in Vince's house, lived with Vince, like not lived with Vince, but basically at every drop step, Bruce Pritchard, Vince McMahon, Johnny Ace, Kevin Dunn. Cody's not those guys.
No.
And I don't know if he thinks he can come in and kind of finagle his way in.
How safe are those guys if Vince isn't here?
That's a good question because it depends. If it's Stephanie, they're safe.
I don't know.
If it's Stephanie, they're safe. Stephanie doesn't think like her father. I mean, like her husband. She thinks more like her father. I think.
I think Bruce is gone if Vince is gone. I already think Shawn Michaels is getting that spot in 2 years.
It's possible.
But let alone if Vince not, it's a wrap. And I think Stephanie's allegiance to Shawn is way better than any allegiance she has to Uncle Bruce or whatever the hell she might call him.
Yeah, so I don't know, but it's a big deal that Cody's not here anymore. I find it funny that like the WWE people are like, "Yay, Cody!" I was like, "You were just shitting on him." Like,
no,
make up your mind.
Best thing about Cody is his entrance theme.
Yeah,
love that song.
And are you gonna get to keep it?
It's his song.
It's WWE because they have to pay for it.
Oh,
yes.
You got to build that into the deal, and it's a diss track to WWE.
Exactly.
But who cares?
So I don't know
on them the whole time.
I mean, look, man, they signed Sting, right? And they completely crapped all over Sting, and now Sting's in AEW doing his thing, right?
If you're criminal, by the way.
Hey,
I want to see a 70-year-old Sting.
Sting looks great
for a 70-year-old.
He looks great. He looks better than a lot of 40-year-olds. Like Sting looks perfectly fine. They're working to his capabilities, but WWE didn't maximize their Sting.
No.
At all. Seth Rollins almost accidentally killed him.
Yeah, that was bad.
And like they had him lose the Hunter for like no reason. And now he's doing fine. But if you're Cody and you're coming into this business and you're seeing what's going on, where they're doing Roman and Brock. Yeah, they're doing Roman and Goldberg for like fucking no reason. Because Saudi wants that. You're gonna be wrestling. Nah, I mean, you're not the Miz.
I think that's probably his lane.
But you're not the Miz. Like the Miz is
Really big.
He's
yo.
their reliable guy.
The Miz has like 5 shows.
He's Miz and Mrs. This is my next point.
got 5 shows.
You're leaving all that on the table? The Go Big show, all that stuff you're leaving on the table to go to WWE, or
Do they allow you to keep doing that?
I don't know. Like, well, they're definitely not doing Rose to the Top. That's over.
Okay, yeah, that's not
Because that's a
getting
show
another
built
season.
around AEW.
Yeah, and like the other people in AEW and
It's like what-
backstage stuff.
I'm trying to figure out the science behind this, and if this is where I say I think Cody thinks more of what he is. He's like, he thinks he's coming to WWE, and he's like, I'm gonna be a main event guy. I've proven it.
As an agent, Nick Khan can get a lot of stuff if you want. So if you want another show,
They can find
they'll
one.
figure it out.
But how big is
What are
Cody?
they on Sci-Fi now? Or something?
Like, how big is Cody on WWE?
He'll never be Stardust again.
No, but the
Is this
initial
comforting? Like,
the initial pop will be big.
yeah,
This is the problem WWE's had for years. Samoa Joe showed up, destroyed Seth Rollins, and then it was like after a few months, like it's Vince's toy. He throws it back in the toy box, and he goes back to what he knows: Brock, Roman. He does the same thing. Cody will get an immense pop when he shows up.
yeah.
But how long does that last? Where Vince is like, I've had enough of this.
Cody's best hope is to be AJ Styles
He
or
won't be
treated
that.
like Randy Orton.
He won't be that.
That's his best hope.
Yeah.
That's if you go in and that's your guarantee, which what is a guarantee to Vince McMahon, right? But if that's your guarantee, and you'd be like, cool, I might have to tag with a Riddle or Austin Theory in 2 years to put him over into a main event. But in the meantime, you give me a title run every 3 years. You let me get my music. I'm in meaningful feuds. I'm happy. Like that's his ceiling.
Yeah.
It's AJ Styles. I got to tag with Omos for a year and a half, but I'll probably get another title run. So, I mean, Cody could run NXT. That's the biggest FU to Triple H ever. If they completely wreck NXT and then NXT 2.0, they say, Cody, here's your toy. Go beat your old company.
Yeah. I don't know, but Pritchard and them is still over there too. Like they're
I don't know if that's permanent though. They took it to run it now, and Trips has the heart attack, the heart problems, not a heart attack. I don't know, the heart complications.
Vince tried to kill him.
and surgery.
I'm sorry.
So like I don't know if that was like a byproduct of you firing the entire crew, Trips not being healthy, and being like, oh well, one man in Shawn Michaels probably can't book all this. So Bruce and everyone has to help. But that could be a carrot that's there. Yo, go beat your old company. There's other ways to finagle this. Dusty has a long lineage with NXT. Cody could feel like a draw there, like bringing the Rhodes family back into NXT and all this stuff. Maybe. He's a good character guy.
He is a good guy.
He knows how to sports entertain. Yes, this other company wasn't built off of that, but he knows how to.
Yeah.
So he could fit that mold as well as you need, but guarantees, like you said, is the hard part. Yeah. Everything sounds great now.
Yeah, I'm curious. It's a big story.
Just keep the music. If he changes the music or goes back to some stupid ass music he had before, then he's really just horrible to me. And,
yeah, keep the music, lose the neck tattoo, and then I wonder what you do with Brandy Rhodes.
You just lose the neck tattoo. It's not like a piece of wardrobe. It's not like taking off the scarf for Jericho.
The magic of editing. Get rid of that damn neck.
It takes like a long process to get rid of that dumb tattoo. Let's hit a break because, I'll throw a break into this one. We'll come back. We got like 15, 20 more minutes. We're going to chop it up real quick and give our predictions for Elimination Chamber. Woohoo! Spoiler alert, Cody Rhodes is in my predictions. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Let's wrap this up with an Elimination Chamber preview. That's what we're here for, right? Dre, let's start in the beginning of the card. Tons of matches for the Saudi bag.
Of course.
We have Rey Mysterio with Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Maurice. The Miz is winning.
Yeah, The Miz should win. The only reason Ray would win is because he's on the cover of WWE 2K22.
This is the turn of Dominic Mysterio.
Please hurry.
This is
Get
it.
to it.
It's been teased forever.
Let's go. Like, God damn.
He turns on Ray here, and you set that up for Mania.
Yep.
And Ray puts his son over at Mania.
Yep.
It's 2 nights. Like you can give them their time.
Yeah, give me something to do.
On one of the cards, right? Like Dominic turns on Ray. Ray puts his son over.
Yeah,
at
okay.
Mania.
I'm fine with that.
Just-
That's it. I have nothing else to
Fine with
say.
that.
Just turn that boy heel, please.
Oh, that'd be incredible. Dominic to Eddie Guerrero, just full Eddie Guerrero gear at like Mania.
Just let's do it. Like you gotta turn
do
that
it.
boy heel. I'm so tired of that white meat baby face boy.
Oh, it's horrible. Drew Mack versus Madcap Moss.
Why is this
Falls
even
count
happening?
anywhere? Poor Drew Mack.
Like,
Why is Madcap Moss, of all the people cut, of all the people who made the cut, I don't understand Madcap Moss, and I don't understand the dude they've been teasing for like 4 months, who is still
he's coming.
Jinder Mahal's lackey.
Yo, he's coming. Veer is coming.
Veer is coming.
That motherfucker's been.
Send Veer.
You can't send Veer because he won't come.
No, you veer off course.
Yes.
That joke.
Rim shot. Yeah, but no, Drew McIntyre being stuck in this feud, it's like it's a nothing feud. I guess they want to put a cap on it because they allegedly him and Happy Corbin. Yo, what a botch of Corbin, right? You had
so good.
he's fantastic as poor hobo Corbin, and then he wins the jackpot at SummerSlam. He's got this goofy angle, and it's like this is dumb. Like you could have bled this thing out a little bit more, but now here we are, Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss.
And I'm okay with him getting the money, by the way. Just make him a douchebag again.
Yeah, like I don't
just
like this
doesn't-
happy guy. I hate it. The
no.
music, everything. But Drew's obviously going over here. Or maybe it's so obvious that Drew actually loses.
I mean, the falls count anywhere stipulation.
Obviously,
is
Corbin's
set for
going to
him.
be. Yeah, Corbin's going to be.
But no, Drew still wins.
Yeah, whatever.
Then let's go with, I'm trying to go, the Usos versus the Viking Raiders.
Why is this match even happening?
I don't know. When was this set up?
Yo, I guess they're going to set it up because they recorded SmackDown in advance.
yeah.
So I guess they're going to set it up. But I know somebody back there was like, what are the Usos doing? There was like, nothing.
We got to do something.
There was like, well, who's the tag teams on SmackDown? They were like, oh, there's one. It's the Viking Raiders. All right, let's have them work.
Let's do it.
Usos got to, I mean,
Give me a decent match. That's all I care.
yeah. Viking Raiders can go.
Yeah.
Usos will win.
Yep. Give me a good match.
Sure, whatever.
Give them 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Let's just see like some cool spots. The Usos have been having really good matches, though.
Yeah. And obviously, they're not going with the New Day or Kofi and E because of whatever the stipulation was when they lost to the Usos, they couldn't challenge for the title again. So I guess you're going with this, but whatever.
All right. And then we have Becky Lynch versus Leta.
Well, one, we know why this match is happening, Saudi.
Yep.
And then two, Leta does an interview. Is like, there's no plans for me after this. Well, thank you for giving up the spoiler. Like, we already knew you weren't winning.
Kayfabe is dead.
Yeah, but come on, Leta. At least let us think.
Yeah.
You know,
something.
and then on Raw, she goes, I got one more title run left in me. It was like, no, you don't. You just told us. What are you doing? I don't even expect this match to necessarily be good. It'll be fine to see Leta in the ring,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. They're really excited about the fact that they've been able to put them on billboards. So get what you can get out of it, sure.
Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte and Sonia Deville.
Yo, somebody's got to explain this to me. Maybe you can.
Good luck.
Why did Ronda Rousey choose Charlotte for WrestleMania?
Because Charlotte must pose.
There's no other rationale behind this.
No.
Because Ronda
They're in
got
the main event.
Ronda got beat
Yeah.
by Becky at WrestleMania to become the 2 champion.
Yep.
And then Ronda comes back. She should be, and then her excuse was, I don't want to give her that much shine. All that told me was that Charlotte was like, ain't no way I'm going to let Becky take this spot.
Yeah,
That's backstage politics. There's no way this makes sense.
whoever faces Ronda, main events.
Of course.
And Charlotte was like, I got a belt. Becky got a belt. I'm main eventing.
Yeah. I'm the man.
Figure it out.
She's not the man. I'm the man.
Yep.
And Ronda was just like, I'm here for the check.
Yeah. She's like,
Like, I don't care.
I don't care. I'll wrestle whoever you want.
But
and Ronda's winning.
the logic behind this is so dumb because, and I get it, but it's dumb. Ronda versus Becky, Becky would have been the babyface, undoubtedly, heading
Yes.
into that match. Charlotte's so easy to hate. So it's easy to make Ronda the babyface against Charlotte because Charlotte
Ronda as a babyface is horrible.
awful. She's awful.
Horrible.
She's
That promo she cut,
Bad.
yeah. Like, and before she left, heel Ronda was actually pretty decent.
Which,
Like, she was getting way better as a heel. She got comfortable on the mic. I was like, yo, that build was really good between those three because, like, Ronda really leaned into being the heel.
yeah, she was a jerk.
And that's why, like, Becky, it was such a great moment when Becky won and overcame that. Like, why bring her back as a babyface?
It's so goofy because you have Becky as a heel, which I said it's really hard to keep Becky heel. You have to have the right opponents because people like Becky.
Yeah.
She still cuts good promos. She does good work. But now it's like you're kind of stuck because now Charlotte wants Ronda, and you know, Ronda, you got to make Ronda a babyface. Ronda probably wants to be the babyface. I don't think she liked getting booed.
Oh, Ronda loves being a heel.
Does she?
She does.
Okay, well. So now you got Ronda and Charlotte, but now we've thrown this Naomi and Sonia Deville into this, which to me is the more significant match. Naomi and Sonia have been building this for months. You're just going to slap them into a tag match. I don't know who goes over here. It's probably Ronda going over on Sonia to protect Charlotte for that match and to pivot to make sure that you have Sonia and Naomi at WrestleMania. What sucks about all this is, this is going to sound really strange to a lot of people. Did you watch Naomi versus Charlotte this past week?
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And it makes me think, I know people are like, yeah, of course I'm rooting for everybody that's black. But isn't there more juice to Sonya and Naomi if it was for a title? Of course, the problem is that Sonya's not a working talent.
Yeah.
But who is? Because Goldberg's getting a title shot, and who cares? But
Sonya's not bad either right now.
no,
Like,
but there's so much more to that story that I care about with Naomi and Sonya. Because as the weeks have gone on, it feels like they would get in the writer's room. They were like, you remember we still got the Sonya Naomi thing. And they forget about it and they bring it back. And now it's gone on for so long. It's like, man, we got to have a payoff here.
I don't mind this being a woman's mid-card match.
Yeah, it's a
I
really
don't
good
need
match.
it for a belt, but I need it to feel special.
Yeah.
I need it to have a place on the Mania card
Absolutely.
as the payoff. This can't be the payoff.
No.
It can't be the Friday SmackDown before Mania. No. Like, give them their match on the card.
Yo,
So I think Sonya beats Naomi in this match.
you think that's the way it goes?
And,
Okay.
and like pins Naomi or something, in, shenanigans, or like, Charlotte tries to cheat or something. Naomi gets pinned, and then you split them up in their separate ways again. So neither Charlotte nor Ronda really catch any flack for this, and then Naomi has to run it back and get her win, singles at Mania,
All right.
and run it that way. So, again, this, to me, if it's a rub off of Ronda and Charlotte to make the fans seem like it's big enough to get a match on Mania, and I'm okay with the stupid tag match stipulation because it makes no other sense outside of that.
Right.
And then I'm trying to go through all the singles matches. Roman versus Goldberg,
Duh.
over under 5 minutes.
Ooh.
This is how we do all Goldberg matches.
Yeah. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5.
Over. It'd be like 5:50.
Entrances not included.
Entries not included. But I do think there'll be a lot of that walking, circling each other. Spear,
Yeah,
punch,
spamming.
kick out, da-da-da-da. They'll drag it out just long. I think it goes just over 5 minutes.
Okay. I'll go 4:40. Roman kicks out of a jackhammer.
Oh, yeah. He's kicking out of something. Can Goldberg get Roman up? I guess we'll find out.
Roman has to hold himself up.
I mean, there's a lot going on here because Undertaker got dropped on his head, nearly had a concussion.
Yeah, protect Roman, please. And it's still a shame that this isn't Big E.
Yo, he's not even on the card.
No, which is good. I don't need him going to Saudi.
No, there's a lot
He
of
got
things.
stuck in Saudi once. Like,
We'll spend more time talking about this on another show. But the fall of Big E from just having the title in January to not even being featured on the card that Madcap Moss is on,
yeah,
it's remarkable.
tough.
Like, and people keep trying to explain this to me. Well, he'll be fine. I try to tell y'all he's not going to be fine in terms of where he's being placed. Like, he's not doing anything.
I mean, they have a chance if they can give Goldberg another little bag to have him versus Goldberg at Mania.
Yeah, but he's been ruined already.
That's a fun match, though.
It's a fun match. I just don't know if they give it. That's what they need to do.
That could help.
Yes.
I'm not going to say that's going to save him, right? But that could help.
Yeah,
if
him that
Woods
match.
is back,
Yeah,
Woods and Kofi can go do their thing,
whatever that
and
is,
then give Big E, who's now on SmackDown,
for no reason.
give him and Goldberg their match.
That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And it's bigger at Mania than it would have been here.
Yeah.
So
Roman clearly defends the title.
Yes. And then we have, the men's tag. Oh, no. Let's go to the women's first. Women's Elimination Chamber. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop, Nikki, almost a super heel, and Alexa Bliss.
Explain this to me.
Yeah.
Is there any reason that Bianca Belair should not win this match? Any?
Outside of the little doll?
Yeah, I mean, if Alexa Bliss wins this match,
Very possible.
it'd be the worst decision that they've made. You've had this story with Bianca getting her revenge on Becky for so long since SummerSlam.
Yeah. She's getting
She's the
bumped at SummerSlam.
She's the only sensible person to win this match.
Yeah.
Piper Nevin's already had her shot. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan's already had her shot.
They're like heating Rhea up, though, like the last
They
couple
have
weeks.
been, but it feels like I don't know what direction that moves her in. Nikki ASH and Rhea Ripley have their whatever. Alexa Bliss being thrown in this match, because even if she were to win, this is where you go, well, WWE doesn't make sense anyway, so there's that. But is she a babyface against Becky? I don't know. There's only one woman that can win this match. If Bianca doesn't win this match, it is a crime.
Yeah.
And I need to file charges. It's a hate crime.
I'm picking Bianca.
Yes, absolutely.
Just because it makes the most sense, like you said. Like, this has to be the plan from SummerSlam to now.
There's
It has to be the long-term booking,
yes.
right? Like, this is the payoff. And you let them
And
run.
it's all because Charlotte said I got Ronda.
That's it.
Because otherwise, Bianca would be pushed out of this match.
Yep.
That sucks.
Be ridiculous. And then we have men's chamber match: Lashley, Lesnar, Rollins, Theory, Riddle, Styles, and this because Kevin Owens doesn't compete in Saudi, so he's not in the match. And then neither does Sami Zayn, who is the new Intercontinental Champion.
What a great run by Shinsuke Nakamura, huh?
Someone posted stats. Shinsuke, on and off, this is coming to main roster, has been Intercontinental Champion 756 days.
How many times he defended that thing?
4 television defenses of his title in 756 days.
Look, y'all,
as IC champion. It's over 2 years as Intercontinental Champion. Nakamura's been 4 televised defenses.
there are 52 weeks in a year, which means there are 52 SmackDowns. This fool can't defend.
In 100 SmackDowns and 20 some odd pay-per-views.
Right. 4?
4 televised defenses.
And people are going to keep telling me they're doing right by Nakamura. Dog, he's the
I mean,
most.
that's one hell of a championship reign, but like,
He's such a useless champion. Now they just took it off him now. The rumor is that Sami Zayn is going to work Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania.
the IC title.
What are we doing?
I mean, whatever.
The IC title is the work rate title. Not now.
No.
Anyway.
And then Knoxville might win the belt.
Oh, my God.
Like, you didn't even think this.
It'd be just as bad as Braun Strowman and Nicholas winning
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
Like, oh, my God. How
David
pathetic.
Arquette 2.0. Knoxville might win the belt that night. And then,
Well, let's get this
men's chamber match. My prediction, here it is. Send the jet. Cody Rhodes flies over to Saudi. Austin Theory is beat up backstage. Can't continue. Austin Theory gets beat up by, I don't know, who's the heel in this? Bobby Lashley.
I mean, Austin Theory is the heel in this.
No, yeah, but I mean, he just got his ass beat by Brock. Or you say he can't compete
Brock beat him up.
because he just got beat up by Brock, even though he's a babyface. He's not cleared to compete from Monday after Brock F5'd him and gave him a million suplexes. They have to replace him in the Elimination Chamber. Cody Rhodes is the 6th guy in that chamber.
Yeah. Here's why that's not happening. That means Cody Rhodes will have to lose as soon as he shows up.
He's going to lose to whoever he's facing at Mania.
Yeah, but at least you
So
can
you
build
give
that.
Cody Rhodes AJ Styles? Maybe Styles beats Cody Rhodes?
I'm just saying, you have him get pinned at the Elimination Chamber, it kind of knocks a little bit of the luster off.
Oh, no, you have him get pinned by Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
And that's your Mania program.
Whatever. I
Heel
don't.
Seth,
I don't want it.
babyface Cody Rhodes.
I don't want it. I don't.
Seth freaking Rollins
do
pins
not
Cody Rhodes.
want.
He gets him out of there.
Do not want.
Hey, it's going to happen.
So, this match.
Yeah.
In my mind, there's only 2 people that can win this match:
There's 2.
Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar. Now, Brock is clearly going after Roman, even though he hasn't announced it.
Yes.
Which leads me to believe that Brock is going to win the Elimination Chamber, and they're going to go back to this title for title nonsense.
Yes. He's not losing to Bobby twice.
Which makes me ask the dumb question: why did we do this in the first place? Because of Saudi.
yeah.
That's exactly why we're
I
doing
mean,
this.
it made Bobby look okay.
It makes it look bad. If he drops the title to Brock, it's like you were a transitional champ.
Yeah.
To go, like, it doesn't help. But that's,
He should have never lost the belt. And then you have this to see who faces E. Brock would have went against Roman.
Exactly. And now
Brock
that
and Roman should have never been scheduled
exactly
for day one.
Like, you should have kept those two away from each other because you know that's a match you want for WrestleMania. You know it.
So
you
why
know
put
it.
them on day one at all?
Why? Because we got to put a title on them? No. You could have Brock work Saudi against anybody and kill him, right? Big E could have held the title. Lashley could have won this. You could have their big rematch. Or Big E versus Seth Rollins, which would have been an amazing program.
Yep.
The build to that would have been fantastic. They are in the process, and I don't know if everybody sees this, they are in the process of ruining Seth Rollins. Here's why.
I don't know if you can ruin that guy.
Here's why. He has hit such a great stride as a heel that the closer you get to turning him babyface is the more you're going to mess him up.
Yeah.
Like, don't blow this. Seth should be, like, I wouldn't even be mad if Seth worked Big E at Mania and Seth won. I wouldn't be mad.
No.
Seth is good. And he's a fantastic heel. He should win this match. I would like for him to win this match, but it ain't happening.
No.
This is going to be Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley, and the only way Bobby wins is if Rowan somehow interferes again.
Which eliminates the purpose of an elimination chamber.
Bingo. So, yeah, Brock Lesnar's winning this match. It's so stupid of how we had to get here, and you've buried everybody else that mattered underneath, because now Brock it's like he's a SmackDown guy again.
Yeah.
And now everybody in the Raw roster is just left in shambles. Theory, Styles. Like, the rumor was originally, I saw this on a dirt sheet, and I'm just curious how much credence it had to it, that they wanted to go Orton Riddle at Mania for the title.
I wouldn't mind that either.
Because the payoff would have been for something.
Yeah.
But it's like, why is Riddle even in this match?
I don't know. It's a good spot for him.
I'm just saying, because Owens is not there.
No. Yeah. So it's just like throw the next guy in there. So, I mean, it's just weird.
Orton's not in this match.
No. So you can't even like build off of that in this match. Brock Lesnar's winning, man. I don't know. Nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense.
I don't know what the feuds are for Mania outside of the major ones.
They don't know.
You got to fill 2 nights.
Vince said Roman Brock. And they's like, Vince, there's 2 nights. Call Ronda. And it was like, all right, we got 2 nights. Well, now what?
Call Johnny.
Yeah,
Knoxville.
You guys figure this out. I'm done here.
The reports of Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back to work Kevin Owens. Listen, if you want to put him in the ring with someone safe who's going to take care of him and give him another match, I understand. Kevin Owens is probably that guy. But I also fear that he comes in, reverses one stunner, hits Kevin Owens with the stunner, and it's a 2-minute match.
It's possible. Or he tears everything like The Rock did when he first seen it. Just like, now he can't. The worst thing that can happen is Stone Cold appears and he doesn't catch a beer. Like, he's so out of this, is just like he misses a beer. And it's like, damn, you just ruined Stone Cold. WrestleMania, I'm going to watch it. We always watch WrestleMania. But
I almost considered going. They had buy one, get one free.
Yeah, it's not great.
For tickets.
We say this every year.
I'm not going.
The build to Mania stinks, right?
Yeah.
The build to Mania stinks. Last year, Bianca and Sasha gave us a great moment. And Roman, Edge, and Bryan Danielson gave us a fantastic match. I don't think WrestleMania is going to necessarily miss, but the Royal Rumble completely shit the bed. So I'm not putting anything past the WWE right now to not blow it.
Yeah.
With this Elimination Chamber, I'm just like, if Brock wins this title, I'm like, yo, why don't just take Raw off the air? What's the point? Because nobody on the show matters except for Orton and Riddle. That's it.
If that.
Yuck.
If that. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. We'll see how all of this plays out. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for a special wrestling episode of the Corner Podcast, previewing what could be a really good Elimination Chamber pay-per-view or a really, really bad one.
Yeah,
so
for.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, follow us on social media at Corner Podcast _ on Twitter, at Corner Club for Life on Instagram. Follow me at Kel Dansby, him at Andreas Hale on all platforms. Check out our YouTube, The Corner Podcast. On there, you can see all these videos, see our faces, see the Titantron behind us as well. Shout out to everyone here at Blue Wire Studios. Thank you to the Wynn Resorts for housing us. We appreciate you all. Until next time, we're out.
Peace.
On the